gentlemen, next up we have a light heavyweight K1 fight over 3 rounds. Fighting out of the blue corner, representing Cage Fit Gyms, Tom Lake.
Every time I turn around, there's more seats. Can't get what it is. So walking into the cage now, Thomas Lake, Cage Fit Gyms. So the one and only K1 bout.
Welcome to the cage. His opponent fighting out of the red corner, representing UMMA Combat, Yassar Khan.
Yassar Khan, fighting out of UMMA Combat, local fighter. He's got the support, being the local man. In this K1 amateur bout.
So just before we start calling, can we get you to shuffle that way, just because when we're commentating it picks everything up when we're... I just don't have to too far, just like when you that's what we were trying to say to you earlier.
So Ben, World Kickboxing Organisation, WKO K1, amateur K1 rules, 3 2-minute rounds. No elbow strikes, no knees to the head, no spinning back fists, and obviously no throws or sweeps or any strikes to the back of the head.
Yeah, and interesting for anyone watching, kind of the difference between K1 and Muay Thai is they can knee to the body in the clinch, but they can throw one knee, then they must break. So it's slightly different. You're not going to see these heavy knees landing and breaking down the body. It has to be one good knee, then we separate.
I mean, I did love the K1 format. I used to watch it on TV back in the day with all the superstars, but this is our first K1 bout of the evening.
Yeah, I definitely think things like Karate Combat as an organisation now, we're seeing a resurgence of the K1 guys, the Karate, the Muay Thai guys transitioning into that newer format, and I think that's driving on these smaller shows, like for more people asking for K1 bouts. There's a bigger interest in this. I think it's similar to Jiu-Jitsu as well, where you see the growth of MMA brings up these other martial arts. Now you're seeing a lot of people training in different disciplines, enjoy competing in it, and now it's bringing out some of the ones that were kind of maybe there back in the day, but fizzled out slightly, are coming back.
They're coming back, you're right, they're not really traditional arts, but the rebirth, thanks to the UFC and MMA in general, and there's more platforms for you guys to compete on, and rightfully so, the businesses in their own way.
Yeah, again, like props to organisations like UMMA having a platform where fighters can get experience in that. They might not get that to get to those bigger shows, but again, you see it with the amateur ranks of MMA. Now we're seeing it with K1, even UMMA 2. There was a no holds barred, and there's talks of potential combat jiu-jitsu matches. So we're seeing this kind of non-traditional martial arts creep through, and UMMA doing a fantastic job of building up and giving that platform for athletes to test themselves in slightly different disciplines.
There's not many hybrid shows that put on these kind of combat jiu-jitsu fights. Even on the last UMMA there was a no holds barred fight, which included headbutts. I mean, you don't see that here. I've seen it in one championship where they did start out, like you said, in the early UFCs, but there's a very few shows, but UMMA Combat are trying to bring all that back and trying to garner that interest in combat sports again.
Again, Khan, the local fighter, a lot of support in here for him. Like, Tom Lake, like, definitely going to be feeling that, but he looks cool, calm, collected. He's ready to be in there. And you got to think the only K1 bout of the show, they're going to put on a bit of a show and show how fun kind of that K1 rule set can be.
Off they go. Roundhouse kick straight away from the blue corner. Big punches there by Khan. Khan is swinging for the fences. He needs to keep those hands up though.
Beautiful leg kick from Lake there. Again, Lake the southpaw here, but he's throwing some shots, but Khan is definitely throwing some venom early on.
Inside leg kick from Lake. Khan's biding his time, waiting for that shot. Again, big uppercuts and hooks from Khan.
Khan does a great job of throwing to the body and then to the head as well. Again, in the cage, it's a different bounce. When you back up against it, it's not like the ropes, so you can kind of spring and cut the corner to escape. Like, you kind of hit it and there's not too much give with it.
Well, Khan going for the knockout for sure. He wants to get this over and done with.
Again, we're seeing that break, just the one knee for that K1 rule set.
Cross there from Lake, didn't connect. Khan's back just under. Big hook there by Lake, almost connected on Khan's chin.
To be fair, Khan landed a nice one as well. As he was on the way out, he managed to land one.
Big head kick there from Lake. No damage though, because Khan had the defense on.
Deep breath, we go again, Tom, we go again. Calculated pressure, Tom, calculated pressure. The range, down. Sit out with the hands, Tom. Head stuck it over,
10 seconds.
One more, Tom, yes!
Leg landed a heavy shot at the end of this round.
That was a lovely cross there. And the knee as well to follow it up. I'll tell you what, interesting start there, Ben, to this bout. Both guys, 100 miles an hour.
Interesting one to score as well, because being in the kind of judge's brief pre to the fighters, letting them know that K1 is all about damage. You can be looking pretty and throwing, but if you're not landing damaging shots, it's not going to score. So, again, an interesting one to score.
Right, because Lake was throwing the snappy shots, the ones that are scoring. But Khan, he was going for the knockout. That he wanted to put his man out.
Again, this is where Khan is probably throwing with a little more venom. There's a little bit wild, so they're not always landing, but there's always that danger if they do, it could be lights out. Corners out, getting ready for the second round. That's it. Tom Lake definitely get a feel of kind of his opponent in the later stage of that last round. So see how he can take that into the start of this one. Khan looking slightly tired, but a little bit of recovery time can do you well.
That's exactly what I noticed. Towards the end of the round, he slowed down a little bit. But like I said, his teammates would have told him, just to keep doing what he's doing. I think a little bit of patience will be needed from Khan here. Because he's clearly got the power. 1-2 there from Khan.
Beautiful right hook there from Lake. Lands the knee as well.
Lake's definitely staying busy now. I think he knows he wants to make a statement in this round.
You just keep marking, Tom.
Again, a few knees thrown there. The referee a little bit late to stop that for the break.
Cheap attempt there from Khan.
taking over now, Tom. Now let's keep it there. You first.
Lake definitely finding his feet now, throwing some feints, looking to set up those shots. I'd like to see more knees from Khan.
Head kick attempt there from Khan. And Lake did a great job of weaving back.
Beautiful head kick from Lake. Follows up with that nice little right hand left hook.
Full switch kick there from Lake.
He's landed some nice. He's definitely found his feet in this fight.
Lake's warmed up now. I think he's smelling blood. I think he wants to go for the finish.
Oh, big throw, and he missed it.
Khan's tired. I think the gas tank has emptied out too much in that first round, but lands a great cross. And again, Lake weathering the storm. Not too much damage there. The fans are going mental. Again, it's that overhand.
I think Khan's slowing it down, timing his shots better. He's doing him well here. Those right hands are landing nicely. I'd like to see Khan, when he gets close, throw some knees. Every time they clinch, Lake is the one throwing the knees.
And the thing with Khan is that when he does throw, he puts absolutely everything into it. I mean, it's getting a bit scrappy now, you know. Again, that could be the fatigue. And when the form goes out the window, you know, that's key because that's when you can get caught if you're off balance.
Yeah. And this is where kind of experience comes in, that composure. When you see your opponent getting tired and starting to throw wild, is having kind of the patience not to get into like a bit of a dogfight and kind of time it, wait for that opening, and then pick your shot.
I think that's exactly what Khan's corner will be telling him to do now.
Like we saw it in the late stage of that round, when he slowed it down and he was picking his shots, those big right hands were landing, they were doing damage, they're gonna score.
And the thing with Lake is, he was composing his will there, he was stepping forward, centre of the cage, backing Khan up.
This is where it's difficult. That first round, obviously, the damage, where Khan's big shots scoring, it's in the hands of the judges with that, but I feel like from imposing his will in that second round, unofficially going to have to potentially give that to Lake.
Would you say unofficially it's one apiece up there?
Yeah, I think so. If I was going to give it a benefit of the doubt, I'd give it one apiece, so everything to play for in this last round.
Yeah, don't blink for this one. I think both corners and fighters know this is going to be the penultimate round to decide this K1 amateur bout.
Round 3.
Big kick from Lake to start the round off.
Oh! And he's dropped him!
Referee Perry Ben turning the man up. Lake looks on unsteady legs there. Has he recomposed himself, Ben?
Hopefully, but Khan's looking for that finish.
Lake needs to reset here, keep the hands up.
You gotta think he's a little bit worried. He's at that shot, he's felt it, but he's throwing back, so.
But he needs to circle away, he needs to keep his hands up.
He's doing a good job of circling away from Khan's power hand, but Khan's looking to force him into that beautiful head kick.
Khan knows what he has to do here.
Again, Khan doing a great job of pushing Lake back.
Lake's corner telling him to get off the cage, and he has to assert himself there because that in the judge's eye, I think if he goes to a decision, that's going to count big. Standing 8 count already.
Again, Khan looking tired. I'd like to see him still keep some of that tenacity there. Lake almost realising this round could go against him and trying to fight back to kind of turn it around. But Khan's definitely looking to throw some big shots.
Lake needs to keep the hands up, weave, he needs to get out of that corner.
I'd like to see Khan set up that right hand a little more. He's kind of a wild left hook and hoping the right hand lands.
I mean, again, the fatigue is kicking in. This is where Lake needs to dominate. He needs to
You see Khan, as he's getting tired, his hands are dropping. I'd like to see it. If you are tired and you're going to try and play it safe to ride the clock, bring that guard up.
10 seconds to do something.
You think he's going to start to go for the kill?
What about?
What about?
What a fight.
that's it. Our only K1 battle of the night did not disappoint. In fact, and the more those, every round we were having, it was getting a better and better fight.
Quite an exciting fight that was.
Fights like that, I almost wish we could take to the crowd and get them to ask for an encore for one more round.
Yeah, 100%. It was all even Stevens up until that last round.
I think this is where it could come. If we gave Lake the second, Khan the third, it's that first round, whether the volume and kind of the tenacity of Khan was scoring the win, or whether it was those snappy shots that Lake was landing is going to score it.
That's true, actually.
Again, this is why we're in the commentary booth and not on the judges. So.
Both players in the middle, please. Players to the centre.
Go to our official, Perry Ben.
Ladies and gentlemen, judges' scorecards are in. We have a majority decision in favour of the red corner.
Yassar Khan emerges victorious from UMMA combat.
Again, this is where I think essentially a majority win. One of those judges probably did score the first and second to Lake, and then the rest scored that first and third round to Khan.
Oh, good man.
You seem like you're not army supporters.
Alhamdulillah for everything. Alhamdulillah. All praises be for Allah. This has been a very emotional journey for me. As you're all aware, that I've been raising funds for Gaza. Thank you to everyone that supported, donated. May Allah bless each and every one of you. Takbir! 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 And a massive, massive thank you to all my camp, especially my father. He's been through this journey, deep in, out. All the credits go to him. He's the real winner tonight. Give it up to my dad, please. Alhamdulillah.